So I lit her with a very unique color tone, which is metal halide. So what I did is on this 60-foot condor right outside of Cameron's bedroom, I lit through the windows to her, to the where she's sitting in that chair. That is metal halide. So I'm going to draw the window right here so I can show this as a really kind of cool pro tip. What I did is I had the production design and set deck do rolling shades on all of Cameron's windows. So I rolled the shade down to here. So this is kind of a almost like a bleach muslin kind of feel. And that light, that soft light that you see on her face and that eye light is all just that roller shade pulled to the perfect cut across her chin. And then the hard light from that 250 watt metal halide is just hitting her in the body. These are the kind of tips that you can use. Now, if you don't have the budget or you didn't think about putting a roller shade, it's very easy to just come in with a light diffusion. So maybe a half grid cloth or a 129, Roscoe 129. And that is like a beautiful soft diffusion that you can use as your soft topper, as we call it. So you're coming in with a diffused soft topper, and then you're letting the hard light sneak underneath it. And that gives a great gradation to the scene. Your eye is drawn right to Aaron Paul, which is no problem, which also helps with the rack focus that happens there, and that standing barrel shade lamp that is illuminating him. All right, I want to take 2 seconds of your time to ask you something. How committed are you to building a career in the film industry? Because it takes a lot. You need real training, real mentorship, and real world experience to make it happen. That's why we built Filmmakers Academy. We're giving filmmakers like you the tools, the access, and the connections that can truly change your future. You'll find thousands of hours of professional level education, monthly live coaching where you can ask questions directly to industry mentors, and have the opportunity to get on set and shadow us on real productions. More than that, you become part of our global community of filmmakers pushing themselves and each other to succeed. Our members aren't just students, they're landing jobs, building networks, and making real moves with the skills and connections they've gained right here. If you're ready to invest in yourself, we're ready to invest in you. So this scene is like perfectly set up where I have metal halide influence on her. I also have metal halide that's coming through another window in that back room. Let's say that's the kind of the hallway to the kitchen. So, and you can see this, so that was a, I didn't use a batten here. I just used a 200, I used a Celeb 200 to give that kind of cool, and then turned all the green up on the select so it matched the color temp of a metal halide, which tends to be somewhere around 4,700 Kelvin and a shit ton of green. Okay, so it's usually half green or full green depending on the how old the metal halide is. But with this one, these were easy to match with our LED fixtures. Now, let's talk about this, because I actually used a true 250 watt metal halide fixture that I bought from Home Depot. But if you don't want to do that, you can easily put a Sky Panel R30 out there. You're not going to get that hard, crisp shadow. Let's go back to this image once again so you can see how hard that shadow is there. So with a Sky Panel 30 or a Vortex 4, So you're able to match the XY of a metal halide beautifully. All those kind of things you can absolutely emulate. But I would probably take a Q5, so a Felix Q5. Don't use a panel light. Use a Fresnel, and which will give you those hard shadows. Then you can dial your XY to match metal halide perfectly on the LED fixture, and then that's what I would hang in the condor. So it's like a Felix Q5 or Q10, and then I'm using the RGB white amber in the LED to dial and match the XY to match that metal halide. So now she is going to walk, as we saw in the scene, over to Cameron. And when she first comes in to the room, you can see how she's dimly lit, but she's lit from that practical. I loved those tones. You see the metal halide that was illuminating her coming through the windows, edging the practical light that's not on, and some tchotchkes on the windowsill there. So all that is beautiful. I love how the roller shades, they're giving that beautiful kind of tea stain, but cyan tone backlit. I love that image. And then when she walks, she's coming from that source. So let's kind of dive into our scene here. So I have it up on the iPad. So here is the barrel shade that's just out of frame, and this is what's illuminating her face. And I love that quality, like that, really nice. And then we have our metal halide that's outside here on that condor that's coming through these windows. And this is a 250 watt metal halide. And in here is a 212 photo flood. So it's balanced to 3200. I dimmed it down so it was a little warmer, and we shot at 3700 Kelvin on the camera. And this metal halide gives you that cooler tone at 4700, and the warm tone that's more around 2900 Kelvin looks nice and gold. So you get this beautiful color contrast.